friends, this is the part 2 of the video. In last video it was going longer, that's why we have created the part 2. In last video we have understood that when the particles of core excites and gets the speed of light, which enables the mass energy conversion in the earth, and that results in the expansion of earth, and that proves the expanding earth theory, and which also disproves the contradiction, right? And we saw the contradiction that in earlier time heavier animals are living on the earth and were living on the earth, and how they live if the force of gravitation increases on in decreasing radius, then how they lived at that time. That's why the contradiction has cleared from this mass energy conversion theory, right? And if the excitation get overloaded, then this results into the eruption of volcano as well as the earthquake on the earth that we see time to time. Okay, now we are going to talk about the atmospheric pressure, the effect of atmospheric pressure on the earth's atmosphere, how the atmospheric pressure and at different time affects the expansion of earth, right? And but here we are assuming one thing, that the distance of atmosphere from the earth is constant at all the times. This is our assumption in this theory, right? For example, we see, let us say this is the initial radius of earth thousands and thousands of years ago at an instant, and this is the atmosphere, right? And let us say h1 is the distance between the center of earth and the end of atmosphere, and the second is r2, radius of earth at present time, let us say, and this is h2, and r2 is greater than r1, and our assumption is h1 minus r1 is approximately equal to h2 minus r2. This is the assumption, and as we can see, the airs are the air composition is constant at all the time. That's why there should not be change in the atmosphere's distance from the center of earth, right? Now we will talk about the atmospheric pressure. So I am going to erase this. See these images very carefully. So let us, and mass of atmosphere we are considering here is m right? Okay, and h1 minus r1 is approximately equal to h2 minus r2. These are the assumption. So we all know pressure is equal to force upon area. Okay, we are using this formula to prove the authenticity of this theory. So we are finding PATM of initial earth at earlier time, ancient time. So at that time we can say force G, mass of initial earth minus mass of atmosphere into mass of atmosphere. We are finding pressure on the atmosphere, atmospheric pressure. That's why we are taking the mass of atmosphere, and mass initial includes the mass atmosphere. That's why we are subtracting the mass of atmosphere here upon r initial square. Okay, this is force upon area. We will take the surface area of a sphere at that time, r initial square. Okay, I think there is something missing. This r will be h1 minus r1 square, r1 square, because we have to take this distance. We are calculating force. We take the distance between two heavenly bodies and we are considering this atmosphere as heavenly body, and this is the distance. That's why we will take this distance. And upon area we will take this area, this surface area, excluding this, right? 4 5 this is h1 h1 minus r1 square. Okay, so we can say g minus m atm into m atm on 4 pi h1 minus r1 की power 4. This is PATM initial many years ago. And now similarly we calculate P final, atmospheric final is what? H1 will be replaced by H2 and R initial will be replaced by R final, right? Then this will be what? We will apply the same formula. This is equation 1, and G m final minus m atmosphere, and here we have assumed also one thing, mass of atmosphere is equal to constant at all the times, because the composition of atmosphere is not changing. We assume this on m atm okay, and P final comes out to be G final minus m atm into m atm on 4 pi h2 minus r2 की power 4, right? And this is equation 2. Okay, now from this both results we compare the atmospheric pressure in the present earth, that is final, and the atmospheric pressure at any earlier time when the radius was r initial at earlier time in any time, right? Let us compare. We get 2 upon 1 PATM final upon PATM initial is equal to this cancel out, M18 cancel out, it goes up M final minus M ATM cancel upon H2 h2 minus r2 की power 4 divided by n final minus n initial minus n ATM. I am using this. Upon h1 minus r1 की power 4 and we can say n final minus n ATM into r initial की power 4 and m initial minus n ATM into h2 minus r2 की power 4, okay, is equal to PATM final upon PATM initial. Now we are erasing this, and now it's time to see what we have assumed. We have assumed that this quantity and this quantity are equal at all the time because the composition of atmosphere is not changing. You can see the composition of atmosphere is not changing, so this distance is maintained. Okay, this distance is maintained, and so the atmospheric distance does not change. It when radius increases, it also goes up, but this distance is equal to this distance at all the time. This distance is maintained. That's why we assumed it. Then we can say what? See here. We can say this and this quantity are equal. That's why we can conclude that m final minus m ATM upon m initial minus m ATM into this tends to 1 into 1 is equal to PATM final upon PATM initial, and 1 can be invisible. So from this we can conclude what? Let us suppose now we are going to check this quantity, check the ratio, and for this we are going to take, let us say m ATM at the earlier time was atmospheric pressure. Let us say, for example, I am not taking the real value, I am taking only imaginary value. Let us say 2, and let us say at any time r1 radius 1, and at any earlier time the mass of earth was 7 unit, let us say, and at the present time the mass of earth, mass final, is 10 unit, let us say. These are all examples. Then we put in the formula, we get m final 10 minus 2 upon 7 minus 2, m initial minus m AT, that is 10 minus 2, 8 upon 5, which is, when we divide it, which is 1.6 times greater. Okay, which concludes that this quantity, upper quantity PATM final, is greater at any time than PATM initial. Here you can look. You can also take any different value. Now let us say we take any value. M initial will always be less than M final, right? So this is the main point. Let us say if we take 5 and M final we take it, M final what, 6, let us say. Then let us see what's the result. M final as m atm upon I minus 2 and for 4 upon 3, which is also greater than 1, and which also concludes that P atm final is always greater at any time than P atm at initial times, then at any earlier time from a fixed time, or let us say from present time at any earlier time, we always get a P atm final of present time is always greater than P atm is all of earlier times. That's why it proves the existence of all the heavier animals that lived earlier, like dinosaurs and all the animals like mammoths, and we also listen that in earlier time the man were of a very large size. This is due to this. Creatine in the earlier time was very less than that of present time. This is the main reason, right? Okay, we have compared the atmospheric pressure and we have concluded that. Okay. Right. Thank you. And at last, I would like to conclude all the results that we have calculated. That is, okay, one more thing before the summary, I would like to tell you. These all results we got. This explains the expanding Earth theory completely, because as we saw a supercontinent was in the initial stage of Earth, and at any time t is equal to 0, let us say t is equal to t, so its radius should be less. Okay, so radius should be less and r initial, and here the radius is r final, and we see here it's broken pieces when Earth expands. Okay, we are going to see this example live in the form of balloons. Let us see. Here I have arranged all the balloons according to size of different radius. See, this is written happy birthday, here also written happy birthday, here also written happy birthday, and you can also see the stretches on all the balloons due to the expansion of volume. Volumetric expansion can be seen clearly. You can see the words written on this balloon is greater here, then here, and then here, and then here. You can see here. This proves the application of expanding Earth theory. Okay, and now we are going to summarize the whole content. Summary. Number 1, dV upon dt ratio ds upon dt, or indirectly change of rate of volume upon change of rate of surface area is proportional to half the radius at time t. Okay, and energy excitation of any theory is incomplete because without any examples. So I'm going to show some examples of expanding earth theory here. Examples. Example number 1, the splitting of continents. Right? Splitting of continents due to external core pressure. And second example is a large crack at the southern part of Brazil. Which can be seen clearly. Which can be seen clearly and at last we will discuss about results. As we all studied in this lesson, that the earth is always expanding and changing in its environment, and due to change, and all the factors are get affected, just such as atmospheric pressure and the change in surface area, change in volume are observed, right? So what will be the result after the infinite time? So we are going to discuss now the result of what will happen to the earth after infinite time. So if we discuss the at initial time was of radius r initial r1 c, then after it increased to r2, then it increased to r3, then it increased to r4. But till when? There will be a time when the limit of earth expansion will be reached, and at that time nothing will be able to tolerate this expansion, and after that the earth will get burst and it will get expanded to the universe in pieces, right? It will get expanded. At a time earth will get burst and expanded in pieces, and this will be the end of earth. Okay, once a time the pressure of earth will reach its limit and it will be destroyed. This will be the end of earth, as we all are seeing this in our lifetime. So this theory completely explains the expanding of theory, right? Okay, thank you.